And if you haven't tried Red
Good afternoon, everybody. First of all, I'd like to start off by thanking and welcoming all of our new subscribers. We have gotten a lot of new subscribers in the past couple of weeks. I thank you all for watching and tuning into the channel. It's a good time to tune in. Things are definitely getting better here. I'd also like to say a thank you to my old OG subscribers that have helped build this channel from the ground up. You've seen where it started, you've seen the development, and you're gonna see where it's going. We're gonna keep getting better here. Alright, so for this video today, are e-bikes legal in your area? We are going to go over 5 states. We're gonna start here in the state of Colorado because that's where we are. We're also going to go over laws in California, e-bike laws in New York City, Florida, and Texas. Now, before we get started today, it's really important to let you know that this is in no way official legal advice. I am not an attorney, I'm not a lawyer. This is all my own personal research. I took the time to do this for you, YouTube, so that you can see where you are. Because these are all the major cities around the country, and most of the laws kind of trickle out to the surrounding areas from no major cities. But make sure you always know the law where you are, whether it's where you live or where you're traveling. So we're going to start here. E-bike laws in Colorado. So electric bikes in Colorado, they are required to conform to one of the 3 class systems of e-bikes that I'm sure many of us that aren't new to e-bikes have heard of. If you are new to e-bikes, there's usually a 3 class system that's being followed in most places. So Colorado does follow that e-bike classification system. Class 1 in Colorado, you can only have electrical assist to your pedals. So pedal assist only, no throttle, whether it's a thumb throttle or a twist throttle. And you can't exceed pedal assist beyond 20 miles per hour. So once you hit 20 miles per hour, the assist from the motor has to cut off. Class 2 e-bikes, which the Rev 1 is, that is an electric bike that provides assist whether or not the rider is pedaling. You can have a throttle that ceases at 20 miles per hour. So you can have pedal assist and a throttle in the Class 2 circumstance, and that is the way the Rev 1 is shipped out. Class 3 is an e-bike that gives assistance up to 28 miles an hour. You must have a speedometer on a Class 3 e-bike. That's most of the e-bikes that you see come with that anyways. That's usually not a problem that I've seen. But 28 miles per hour for Class 3, you can have pedal assist or a throttle, but you cannot exceed 28 miles an hour. Okay, so permissible routes for e-bikes in Colorado for Class 1 and Class 2. They're allowed in the same bike and pedestrian paths as conventional pedal bicycles. Class 3 e-bikes may not be on a bicycle or pedestrian path unless the path is within a street or highway or permitted by the local jurisdiction. And local jurisdiction, they have the authority to prohibit the operation of e-bikes and scooters on any bike path for, I guess, whatever the reason is at that particular moment. No one under 16 may ride a Class 3 e-bike, only as a passenger, and anyone on a Class 3 e-bike who is under the age of 18 must wear a helmet. Another interesting thing that I came across in Colorado is The penalties. Anyone who violates any of these regulations pertaining to the manufacturing standards and classification of e-bikes and scooters is subject to a Class E traffic infraction with a fine of $15 and a surcharge of $6. I thought that was interesting. So, that is Colorado. We are here in Boulder right now. As you can see, it is mountains galore. So, as you're going to see as we continue here, the 3-class e-bike system is something that seems to be shared across the country, across all of these states that we're going to cover. There's small variances with it, which is why it's very important that you look up your local laws, because it could be really similar to the place next door, but not quite, and that's how you don't want to get hemmed up. So next here, let's go ahead and get to California next. Let's go ahead and do Cali. Alright, so 2023 California e-bike laws. Here's a few updates that they've come out with. So the new e-bike law allows e-bikes in places they weren't allowed before. The law prevents cities from restricting access to e-bikes in places like bike paths, trails, bikeways, and bike lanes. So that expands the places that Class 3 e-bikes can travel. So if you live in California, that is huge. That's a good thing for you. Here's the 3-class system in Cali. Class 1 is just like Colorado. It's pedal assist only. No throttle from Class 1 up to 20 miles an hour. Class 2, you can have a throttle and pedal assist that stops assisting you after 20 miles per hour. You can have a throttle in Class 2 and pedal assist, or only a throttle, but no more assist after 20 miles. Class 3, throttle and pedal assist that cuts off after 28 miles an hour. You don't have to have pedal assist, but you do have to have working pedals, but you can run throttle only on the Class 3, 28 miles an hour. The other rules are the rider must be 16 years old in California. A rider must wear a helmet. Riders in California cannot have a passenger. Then a lot of people did not know that one. I did not know that one. And in both states, no driver's license or registration is needed. Not in California, not in Colorado. Also in both states that we've mentioned so far, the power limit to your motor has to be 750 watts or less. We are going to move on to the big east city, New York. Okay. So in 2020, New York allowed people to ride e-bikes and e-scooters on particular streets and highways. E-bikes are not registerable, so no license or registration required or is capable in New York. The streets that you ride on have to be 30 miles per hour or less. You cannot, I repeat, cannot operate these vehicles on a sidewalk. So no sidewalk riding in New York. Here is the 3 classes of bikes in New York City, okay? So class 1, you got a bike with electrical assist. The bike can be no more than 36 inches in width, no more than 750 watts in the motor, just like the other 2 so far. You gotta have operable pedals, and it provides assistance only when engaging the pedals. The assistance, like the other class 1s we've mentioned so far, stops after 20 miles per hour. Class 2, pedal assist and a throttle is permitted up to 20 miles an hour. So you can only have a throttle that powers the bike, but it can only go up to 20 miles an hour, and you still got to have working pedals. Class 3, you can only have solely within a city with a population of 1 million people or more in New York. That's an interesting one to know. This is why you need to know the laws where you are. There's no way you can just know this stuff. You gotta know where you are. You want to stay Johnny Law free when we're out here. We want to just come out here and have fun. Nobody's trying to get him done by here. So here's the interesting Class 3 law that I've come across that I haven't seen anywhere else yet. So a Class 3 bike, it has to be within a city with 1 million people or more. You can have a throttle and pedal assist, of course, but the throttle can only go up to 25 miles per hour in this case. It's not like the 28 miles per hour that you hear about in a lot of areas. That's something that if you assumed, you would have been wrong. You see what I'm saying, everybody? You see what I'm saying? Got to know all of it. Have to. Alright, so we are going to talk Texas now. That's another big place that probably has a lot of e-bike riding. I know that's flat country out there. You probably get some really good range in your bikes out there. So what are the laws out there? So the first thing that I read about Texas is that government departments or local authorities do not prohibit the operation of e-bikes on roads that are used by motor vehicles in areas where regular pedal bikes are permitted, unless the area is a pass. So if pedal bike can go there, you can go there in Texas. And roads used by motor vehicles, you can ride there. If you're under 18 in Texas, you must have a helmet. No sidewalks for any bikes at all. No pedal bikes, no e-bikes. You must obey the speed limit on bike lanes and all roads, just like all the other states we mentioned. 750 watts or less. 750 watts or less. Okay? Follow the rules of the road. That's a given, but sometimes people need to be told that. And Texas e-bike laws actually apply to motorized bikes that have a max speed of 20 miles per hour also. So if you're riding on a motorbike, like a little 50cc or something weaker, that maxes out at 20, all of these Texas laws that you read about e-bikes will apply to you as well. So in Class 1 and 2 in Texas, there is no age limit, but in Class 3, it must be 15 years old. And here's the classification system for Texas. In Class 1, pedal assist only up to 20 miles per hour, just like all the other ones. That has been the same in all of the ones that I've seen. 20 mile per hour pedal assist, no throttle. Class 2, you can have throttle and pedal assist up to 20 miles per hour. Power must cut off after 20. Class 3 is pedal assist only to 28 miles per hour. Notice I said pedal assist only, no throttle in Class 3, but your pedals can take you to right under 30. Pedals at 28 miles per hour, did not say a throttle. Very interesting, right? Very interesting. Alright, gang. Last but not least, the southern big state. It's almost like a small country, Florida. 750 motor in Florida, just like all the other states we mentioned. No helmet is required in Florida. You do not have to wear a lid, but you must be 16 to operate an e-bike in Florida. No driver's license or registration required. And they have the 3-class system in Florida as well. So let's go ahead and give it the rundown on that. Class 1 only speeds up to 20 miles per hour, same as all of the other Class 1s. That has been consistent across the board. Class 1, you cannot have a throttle in all 5 of these states. Only pedal assist and only powered up to 20 miles an hour. Class 2, throttle and pedals cannot exceed 20 miles an hour. Let's go ahead and figure out where we're going here. So Class 2, throttle and pedal assist, not over 20 miles an hour. That's been pretty consistent across the board too. Class 3 is 28 miles per hour, just like the last state, but you cannot have a throttle. Also, you cannot have a throttle in Class 3 in Florida or Texas. So that if you're riding your e-bike down south, be careful with those throttles. You gotta be pedaling. If you're going, the cop sees you going around 30 and they don't see you pedaling, you might get messed with. I don't really hang out down there anymore. I haven't been in Florida in a little while, but just be careful. Yeah, so the other weird thing about Florida, it wasn't weird, it's just that they seem to have like unspoken designated paths and trails and places that you kind of have to do your personal research about to find where you can ride. And when it comes to national parks and parks in general, that's other places where you want to do your additional research and make sure that you are following the law. Some parks will let you ride and tear up the trails. Other parks don't want you tearing up the trails. So it's always good to just make sure that you don't mess up your day by making an assumption. So those are the 5 majors that I wanted to cover. We covered Colorado, California, New York City, Texas, and Florida. If you like this content, if you like this information, if this is helpful to you, if this is helping you learn about your e-bike journey, please go ahead and give this video a like. Please subscribe to the channel. There is more educational content. There is more entertaining content. So, by the time this video is released, we have probably reached our 100 subscribers. But I just wanted to mention it once again. Thank you for everybody who tuned into the channel. This is a fairly new channel, about 2 months old. We hit over 10,000 views pretty quickly though. Channel's growing fast. With everybody's help and feedback, we are creating great content, great things to learn for new e-bikers, good educationals for our current e-bikers. Any questions and comments anybody has, please leave them below. There's no stupid question. Everybody starts at a different level. A year ago, I didn't know what I know now. So if you have any questions about anything, please drop a line below. I try to respond to every comment. I will respond, and if I don't know the answer, I will find the answer, and I will get that back to you. Because if you want to know, there's chances that somebody else wants to know also. Thank you again, everybody, for subscribing. We should have a winner for the e-bike alarm soon. It's going to be really exciting. Somebody's going to have their new toy, and they're going to be able to keep it protected. Because like you can see, you can't register these bikes in most states yet. So that means it's hard to keep them protected. So if you want your alarms, you want the locks, that's going to be another video in the making there. But we are wrapping up our Boulder ride here. It was a pretty scenic one. We saw rainbows. We saw mountains. It's a pretty good ride. Educated ourselves on e-bike laws. I think this was a good ride, gang. Thanks for coming along for it. We are going to go ahead and wrap this one up, y'all. We are coming up around the hood. Thank you everybody for watching. Please hit the like and subscribe button once again. Stay tuned. We've got more content coming for you. Love y'all, gang.
Yeah.